Hello guys, how is everyone today? I wanted to share my thoughts and impressions on the Fallout 76 beta. I really wanted to play it, and I finally got the chance to on Thursday. I have been very busy, but I got to play it for a few hours on Thursday, and people were asking me what I thought of this game. They kept asking me on streams, what do you think of it? Do you like it? There are things I like about this game and things I don't like. This is a very controversial game. Some people are going to love it, others are going to hate it. The way you perceive this game is entirely based on your likes and dislikes. If you are a hardcore Fallout fan and you like the RPG elements from the game, the story as well, all the quests that you have to do, you will not enjoy this game. If you are expecting Fallout 5, this is not it. But if you are a Fallout fan, but you also like open world games and like online ones, I think you will enjoy this game. Fallout 76 is a prequel to all of the other Fallout games, and it's set in the earliest time, 2102. The Great War in Fallout happened in 2077, and every Fallout game has been set decades or 2 centuries after the war for the most recent ones. This one is 25 years after the bombs fell, so it's not too long after the war. I even checked the Pip-Boy and it showed the year. In Fallout 76, you play as a vault dweller from the vault of the same name. You create your own character, and customization is almost identical to Fallout 4. You can make the type of character you want here, as there are many options, but one thing I don't really like about the character customization is that there's no randomization options. Whenever I played the Elder Scrolls games made by Bethesda, I always randomized my face until I got a character I liked, and then I would edit from there. And it's a lot easier. I did the same in Fallout 3 and New Vegas. Unfortunately, Fallout 4 took that out, and Fallout 76 does not have it either. You have to choose a face and then edit from there. There are a lot of faces to choose from, but I wish there was a randomization button. When you create your character, you have to leave the vault. You go and interact with a few robots who give you supplies. And I like that they called you by the name your character chooses, as in this case Patrick for myself.
Mr. Patrick? Hello? Oh, never wake up. Don't you remember? It's Reclamation Day. Time to leave the vault. Most of the others have already gone.
This was a feature in Fallout 4 of Codsworth. The time you spend in the vault is the shortest I have ever seen out of any Fallout game. It's shorter than Fallout 1, Fallout 3, and even shorter than Fallout 4, where you did not spend that much time inside. When you leave, you can immediately start exploring the world. Since this is an online game, you can bump into players, but don't worry about them trying to kill you. You cannot be killed by other players until you are at least level 5. You can start exploring right away, but I strongly suggest to start doing the main quest because it will give you a ton of supplies and some good tutorials on cooking food, making chems, and ammo. The crafting system is pretty good in this game, but it's almost identical to Fallout 4, so if you liked it in Fallout 4, you'll enjoy it in this game. Speaking of the quests though, you can receive them in this game, but they will not have as much detail as in previous Fallout games. This game has no interactable NPCs, so you will get the quests from robots, terminals, and notes. They will often involve you finding something, going to an area, or clearing out enemies. There are also unique quests that spawn as events, and you only have limited time to do them. In this case here, we had an event where we had to eliminate the farmhand robot supervisors. Other players were already engaging in it, and I helped them. I did not find anything bad about player interaction. When I had left the vault, I had a level 15 go up to me, and he offered me a bunch of water and supplies. I was pretty shocked by this, because I usually don't encounter kindness like this. The trading system is a little complicated at first, but it gets more simple over time. You can exchange items or give them away or sell them for caps. Caps work a little differently in this game as you get them for completing quests and leveling up. Also, caps I've noticed are worth a lot more. Like 1 cap is worth a lot more in this game than in other Fallout games. You can use them to trade with people. As for other interactions with people, you can invite them to your squad, and then you can do quests together, and you can use it to keep track of your friend's location. Being in a squad will also give you unique abilities, like certain perks for them. Perks work a little differently in this game, as they are perk cards. You unlock them when you level up, and you have to choose a few ones to activate. They then give you special abilities that the other perks would give you in the past Fallout games. One thing that I really like about this game is that it's really team-focused. If you don't like co-op and like to do everything solo, you will not enjoy this game. You can play solo, but you can still bump into other players, and you may have a much harder time completing quests. I like co-op, and the game heavily encourages it, but if you don't, you will not enjoy it. One thing that I really noticed about this game was that players are very friendly and will help you out a lot. In my time running around as a level 5, I came across so many higher levels who never attacked me. Maybe it was just my server, but I have noticed people do not open fire at every player they see in this game, like in GTA Online. I like the map, and that it is set in West Virginia, a unique setting many games don't have. The map works very differently in this game versus past Fallout games. You have to pause the game and look at the map. It's not the traditional Pip-Boy map. While I don't mind a new map, I would have still preferred the traditional Fallout map style. Another thing that bothered me is that you cannot fully loot bodies. In terms of players, you can take their scrap, which you can use it to craft. However, this doesn't bother me as much. What bothers me is not being able to loot NPC bodies fully. I came across a few NPC bodies such as raiders early in the game, where I wanted to take their uniforms and put them on. I was able to loot everything off the body but their clothes. This is very different from past Fallout games because in those games you could take everything, including their clothes. This means finding other outfits will take very long in this game. Moving on, another thing that bothered me was that enemies did not appear at long distances. The best example is when I went on top of this bridge and I was running down it, ghouls were spawning in front of me, and I did not have enough time to react. I survived, but I got severely injured. We should be able to see the enemies at larger distances. The biggest change in this game, besides the lack of NPCs, is the lack of slow time VATS. VATS is very different in this game. It exists, but it won't slow down time, making it very weird. In every single other Fallout game, I would always go into VATS first when targeting an enemy, but here, I just aimed at the sights and shoot instead of using VATS. I guess people will get used to it over time, but this can break the game for some hardcore Fallout fans. Lastly, I wanted to talk about camps. I like this feature, but I also dislike parts of it. I like that you can build a camp with your friends, but what bothers me is that there's so many places you are prevented from building. I tried to build my camp on this bridge. I thought it would be a cool spot, but the game wouldn't let me. Then when I tried to build it near a town, it wouldn't let me either. Why does the game do this? If I was in an apocalyptic situation, instead of building a new house, I would fortify an old building and use that as my base. Why can't we do that? The camp building is fun but frustrating at the same time. In Fallout 4, you could build as much stuff as you wanted, so long as you had the scrap. In this game, you could only build based on your budget. When the budget runs low, you can't build anymore. And because we have to build the camps away from towns and buildings, the area we build them in can be buggy. In this case, I spent some time building a house only for a tree branch to glitch through it. So the areas that you build on, they could be really uneven because the game doesn't let you build in a lot of the other buildings, the towns. And, you know, building a house for a tree branch going through it, a little weird. Like, it didn't really ruin my experience, but it looked a little weird when I finished building the house. I didn't see it until the end. And, you know, in my opinion, I think Fallout 76 will be a good game, a unique one for online. They just need to change some things around with the enemies, fix the glitches, add a better loot and camp system. I like this game that it focuses on survival. You have to eat and drink. The game has a story, despite some people saying it doesn't have any. It does have a story. It just lacks any NPCs, and it won't be as detailed as past Fallout games. So if you're expecting like a really great story, you're not going to find it here. If you're looking for Fallout 5, this is not it. But if you want a Fallout Online game that has co-op and you can play it with your friends, this is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're new to my channel and you enjoy my content, then subscribe. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like. Let me know what you guys think down below. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, everyone.